So today we're implementing a social skills intervention plan for a student named Carlos. Carlos is actually showing behaviors that are inappropriate to school, and he is um, basically just going into the girls' rooms and making them scream and giggle, and he is calling his teachers' names, and he's also calling his peers' names. The reason that he's doing this, the function of behavior, is because he wants their attention. He is trying to grab everybody's attention, um, but he is doing it in the wrong manner. So we came up with, or rather, I came up with, an intervention plan. So the intervention plan will go step by step. First, we would collect baseline data. We would try to see him in his natural habitat, as you will, and collect baseline data according to what he's doing. So we would just observe him in English class and math class and any of his classes, also in his specials like gym, computer, and art, to determine how often he is performing these inappropriate gestures to his classmates and to his teachers and to adult staff, other adult staff. Um, After we take the baseline data and we figure out what his function to behavior is or why it's happening, um, we are gonna sit down and create a list of things that he can actually, like, reinforcements or better ways which he can channel his energy to actually get his peers to interact with him in a better manner so that he has a better outcome, better positive outcome. Um, the goals that I set forth for him would be to engage with his peers politely, um, and properly at 80% accuracy. He will address all staff, adult staff with manners and proper language with 80% accuracy. Carlos will decrease his inappropriate behaviors in school with also 80% accuracy. So the interventions would be like a token system. So whenever he makes good choices in class and he's attentive and he does what he's supposed to do and he's polite and uses his manners and his good words, to convey what he wants to convey to his peers, he will get a token. And then with the token, at the end of the week, he can actually trade in the token for a prize out of the treasure box. Um, During structured play, he will reinforce wanted behaviors praising other children. So let's say Billy and Susie are playing together and they're doing a really good job of sharing toys or the blocks, whatever it is. Me as a teacher would make notice of that. Wow, Susie and Billy are really playing very nicely together. They will get a token each because they are doing a superb job. Carlos will then hear that. Oh wow, they got a token for playing nicely. Maybe I should do it. Maybe I could get a token also. And with that, his peers will come around and gravitate towards him because he's no longer being inappropriate with them or making them feel inadequate in any sort of way. Um, Carlos can also have a job. So if you give Carlos a job, let's say being hall monitor during bathroom time, he can monitor the inappropriateness. So he can be like, Billy, you can't go into the girls' room because that is wrong. You're not supposed to go to the girls' room when girls are in there or at any time because that's the girls' room. You belong in the boys' room. So that he can correct kind of his actions, his old actions with other people. So if you give him a job, he'll feel important, he'll feel needed, he'll feel wanted, he'll feel accepted. And that may change his inappropriate behaviors towards his classmates, um, towards staff, and also just the little gestures that he was doing here and there. Um, and then the final intervention that I would put in place is, since he is just being frustrated and just calling you already stupid or dumb or ugly or being inappropriate, I would use an emoji chart where he can point to his feelings. That way, if he doesn't know how to vocalize them or get them out in words, he can say, Miss T, I feel like this today. What are we going to do about it? So we'll sit down and take a moment and talk about it. Okay, well, you're feeling angry. What are you feeling angry about? You're feeling angry at school. You're feeling angry at home. If you're feeling angry on the playground, we'll get to the root of the anger issues. And then we'll talk about it. We'll say, okay, well, since you're angry today, maybe you can do this instead. It might make you feel better. And we'll have little daily interventions with just his everyday feelings. And with that, he should be more appropriate in how he reacts towards his teachers, and also how he reacts towards um, his fellow peers. So those are interventions, and then I have the ABC data sheet. That's how I would collect my information, my baseline data in his natural habitat. And when you collect data, you have to be kind of invisible to him, because if he sees that you're watching him or he sees that you're here for him, he's not going to perform the way you want him to, or he's not going to show you his true side. He's going to try to hide it. So you kind of have to build up to that. From my experience, we kind of have to just go in on, daily basis here and there and become part of his routine. Once you become part of his routine, then it's easier to be like, okay, well, now I can watch him. I can see what's going on. And he'll just think, oh, well, she's just doing work. It'll become easier, and he'll just be comfortable enough where he'll show you who he is and what he's doing. And with that, then you can help him better by providing replacement behaviors. With replacement behaviors, it's an ongoing thing. So sometimes it may work for a while and then it loses its effect. You have to find something else, or you kind of just have to play with it. Sometimes one behavior, a replacement behavior, might not work for him, but another one will. So you kind of have to, I don't want to say guess and check, but guess and check. And then at the end, you evaluate and you see, is he getting better with this, or is he needed of another intervention or another way that we can do this? So it's an ongoing assessment. But yeah, so after that, he should break out of the habit. He should see, well, if I'm nice to my peers or I'm nice to Susie, she's going to talk to me, or she's going to play with me, or she's going to want to be my friend. And with that, it should transfer into every other class or even every other year with different students. And that's my intervention.